peace, love, and abundance to you. Oh shit, I just blew my camera. My bad. I'm in a parking lot right now, so don't mind the noises. You're gonna see people passing by. You're gonna see my head turning because I'm trying to keep aware of my surroundings. Okay? But thank you for taking your time to listen to this message, whether you click off the video now or you watch to the end. Thank you, and I appreciate you. I'm gonna really just be getting into the flowing within my spirit and translating that message into through my ego. I'm gonna be talking about how it's in this life, it's really just you versus you. There is no being outside of yourself that's controlling your reality, unless you allow that to happen. But really, it's just your lower self. I can allow myself to be an alcoholic. I can allow myself to get addicted to smoking. I can allow myself to, marijuana or tobacco or whatever. I can allow myself to go to jail for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I can allow myself to grow my business. I can allow myself to eat healthy or consume healthy, and that being what I allow my consciousness to focus on. When you tell yourself, I can't do this, I can't buy this, I'm not attractive, oh, I look ugly today. Justin, you're not ugly, you're handsome, by the way. I gotta tell my subconscious that. But when you say these things, you're telling your subconscious, you're convincing your subconscious, because your subconscious doesn't know any better. It's gonna go along with what's going on in the driver's seat. Your conscious mind is basically, I'm in the driver's seat, right? I'm driving, okay? I'm seeing, through my physical format vessel, through these eyes. I'm seeing, touching things. I'm like, oh, I see this. Oh, and through spell casting, no overnight parking, AEGIS, whatever. I don't know. Or I see something that I'm not, or I'm keeping it in because I'm staying authentic. But I see a vehicle that I want, or I see a house that I want, right? But you check your bank account. You may not have it right now. But you don't tell yourself, oh, I can't afford that. You got to tell yourself, nah, I will buy that. It may not be at this very moment, but the fact of the matter is, when you create that reality for yourself, when you allow that self to come into your reality, you're now attracting that quantum version of yourself. Because we are not this physical form. Yes, we may experience this, and there's no denying that we are experiencing this, but we are the observer of the experience. So I'm not actually experiencing this for real. What I see on a daily, what I see, my bad. Justin, you're good. What I see on a daily basis is just past, future memories. Because how is it that I can have a dream of something and then 4 months later, or 3 weeks later, or a day later, that shit happens? What is time? Time is relative. Time is just a artificial thought construct. When you realize your observation and go beyond a quantum level of thinking, when you really just are conscious of your actions and mindful and aware of your actions and present, just having a divine presence, it's a frequency. That's why I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Allah. I don't believe in whatever the fuck, any type of God. I don't believe in that. because that's an artificial thought construct. When I start loving myself, when I start reading books, when I start eating healthy, when I start writing for myself, when I start exercising, when I start looking in the mirror and talking to Justin like, yo, you're attractive, you're gonna get what you want because it's already yours. Because I'm opening up those timelines for myself. I'm a quantum level being. I'm beyond that. What defines what I look like, how I talk, is myself. And see, we live in a society that is being trafficked on the daily. When you're not living for yourself and you're living out I'll be right back. I gotta pause this video. What's good? Like I was saying though, when I started to align myself with the frequency of source or just my higher self, when I began to do that, that's when everything started to fall in place. And it wasn't falling into place through my ego's expectations, but it was falling into place through the spiritual guidance of my internal compass, which would be my intuition, and just deepening that connection to myself or my spirit allowed me to now guide my ego through being upset or thinking I was upset. Because what are your thoughts? Where are they coming from? Have you ever asked yourself that genuinely? Where do these thoughts come from? You could have thoughts coming from your neighbor, from what is it called? Coming in from radio waves, or through your phone. I mean, same thing, right? But you genuinely don't know where your thoughts are coming from. It could be coming from the ethereal realm, the astral realm. So in deciphering that, I don't know what just happened, but deciphering that is giving that time back to yourself and allowing that small, tiny voice within yourself to, you're basically opening up the cloudiness within that. And then you'll go into situations with a different perspective. If you allow yourself to have anger issues, before you react, think. Be like, well, if I act like this, is this really gonna benefit me in the situation? Or should I take a step back? Think about my actions. Think about the thoughts that I think I'm having. And go from there. Maybe you just let it slide. Maybe you just communicate how you're feeling in a different way. You say, oh, instead of getting upset, you could be like, oh, I didn't like how you said that, or I didn't like how you made me feel.